actually, at home and what I do at competitions are completely different. Because in a competition, you have one chance to get a judge's attention. And the judge is only gonna take one bite of what you turn in. So basically, the competition sauces that win across the circuit are incredibly sweet. They do have a few layers of flavor, and typically the heat comes at the end, usually cayenne. The sauce itself is only one factor. The flavor of the meat comes through, and then we also have a rub that we put on the meat initially. So when you taste the competition sauce, it'll get your attention, but you really don't get the entire flavor profile of what we turn in, because there are so many different layers that as you take a bite, you'll be like, wow, and then a minute later, you're like, gosh, and then a few seconds later, you're like, okay, there's some meat there. And the sauce that we use, can't really tell you the name of it, but we buy it on the internet, and we do a few things to it. And the sauce that we use is used by about 50% of the winning pro competition teams.
And they all do something to it too. They have
Absolutely.
their little special touches.
Nobody turns it in just straight. One of the tricks with a barbecue sauce that you can try at home is once you cook your meat and you're ready to sauce it, if you sauce it too early, the sugars may burn, and then you'll taste like a caramelization. So you want to sauce it toward the end, and if you put a little honey in there, then you'll get a stickiness where if you were to put your finger on it and pull it away, it would actually bring strands back, and it's like a candy bar, and that's what the judges eat. And that's what
A friend of mine says that he prefers tomato-based sauce because it clings to the bone better than vinegar. But if you were to add a little honey, then that would take care of that.
That's correct. Some of the things that are in this sauce, believe it or not, are anchovies, tamarind, and several other pretty unusual things that you wouldn't really find in a barbecue sauce.
Okay, so we'll get to rubs in a minute.
Well, I'm going to kind of give you a perspective of a guy that's kind of been out wandering around and do this for 20 years, and I'm finally starting to figure it out with it, thanks to him. I've experimented with all kinds of different sauces, bought sauce books and looked on the internet, and it took a long time to start finding things that were actually edible. And the sauces I kind of wind up with now, there's one that's really easy to make that you can usually find a recipe for. It's called a Carolina red sauce, and it's just mostly vinegar, a little bit of ketchup, and that's mostly what they serve in North Carolina. Around here, people want red sauce, and Kansas City, that red sauce is going to be sweet. Or in Georgia, less sweet, a little more heat, like so I found a red sauce that was kind of like a bottle sauce. That's what they call it. When you make your sauce up from bottle stuff, that's kind of not kosher, but it tastes pretty good. It's just, like Heinz 57 and A1 steak sauce and ketchup and a little of this and a little of that. And it almost tastes like Wayne's Brothers, frankly. But then we were cooking last year. This is just kind of give you a taste if you want to start doing this. One of the partners on our team last year, he came up with a sauce, and